the meeting of the North Reading School Committee to order for November 22nd, 2010. I do have to, sir, is someone out there recording? Oh, it's Mr. Toros.
Okay, we just have to announce.
We just have, as part of the new public meeting law, we have to announce that Mr. Toros from the transcript is recording our meeting tonight.
As he always does.
As he always does.
Yes, but we have to.
But now under the new laws, we have to announce that.
The acoustics were a little better at the
You wouldn't have to.
What'd you say?
Thanks, Bob. Okay, first order of business tonight is public input. Do we have anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on any matter that's not on the agenda? Okay.
I'll just
Please come up here and state your name and tell us what you'd like to speak to.
introduce myself to the board.
Okay.
My name's Matt Bashalani. I'm an editor with Patch.com.
Okay.
It's for those of you who may not have heard, it's an online news website. We have sites around Eastern Massachusetts, and we're going to be launching here in North Reading in the next couple of weeks. So you'll see either myself or one of my reporters here at board meetings and around the schools. We'll be covering school news, local news, sports, and community events. So.
Okay, great.
Just want to introduce myself to
Great.
everybody.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Next, we have our student report, and tonight we have Sarah Murray.
Hello. Basically what's going on at the high school right now is that winter sports are starting on Monday the 29th, and tomorrow night is a sophomore fundraiser at Fuddruckers. And this week is Spirit Week for Pep Rally. Today was Boston Sports Pride Day. Tomorrow we wear our class colors, and Wednesday's Pep Rally. And we have an early release Wednesday, and the Powder Puff game against the juniors and seniors is around 11:30 on Wednesday on the turf. And on Thursday, the boys have their football game at Lynn Field. And the Maskers Club is having their musical Barnum, and tryouts for that are in 2 weeks. And today, during our school committee meeting, like during lunches, we met with Mrs. McGovern, who's the head of food services for North Reading, and we were discussing one of our goals that we have, and it's basically our health and wellness goal of investigating information about the nutrition of the cafeteria and the food that they're offering us. And what Mrs. McGovern did is she basically educated us on what she does for her job and how she chooses the food that she gives us. And she brought in like some wraps and salad and just told us her view on like why she's doing this. And it was really interesting because she knows what she's talking about, and we really do have like a healthy selection at the high school. They give us a ton of choices of like fruits and wraps and vegetables, and it was a pretty good meeting. And for my student work, I'm taking psychology, and it's one of my favorite classes because it's basically just like really interesting. And we're doing a dream journal, and we have to record any dream that we remember from the past 2 weeks and just basically like interpret them using like past events and online sources, and just just finding out what's like really going on in our head. And sometimes it makes sense, but sometimes it doesn't.
You may not want to know.
Yeah. You just choose a dream, and then we use what we learn in class to see if it all connects to what we've been through. And it's I'm glad I took the class. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty
Now,
neat.
like I don't dream that much. What if you don't dream? I mean, some people don't dream, right?
I know that was a problem. A lot of people don't remember their dreams. So she said that if there was a dream that stood out for you from like a really long time ago, you could use that, or you could ask a friend if they remember any of their dreams and interpret your friend's dream, or some people just made up dreams. I mean, I had to use one that I had a really long time ago, but
You're not going to share that with us, huh?
no, if you want to hear it. I mean,
No.
yeah.
Now, has anybody used the paralyzed dream? Do you know what that is? Have you ever experienced that, where you feel like you're paralyzed and you can't move?
Oh, that's during your REM sleep.
Oh, well.
When
Oh.
rapid eye movement,
Yes.
you have the a couple periods of that each night, and that's when your body's paralyzed because your mind is having like the most emotional and vivid dreams. And if you weren't paralyzed, you'd probably act out that dream and probably cause a lot of damage to yourself. That's why we're paralyzed.
That's good.
How about you're probably too young, the class is probably too young, but the dream that seems vivid is the one as you get older, that you dream back to you haven't
School.
done your homework, or you
Right.
haven't studied for your test,
Right.
or you missed your class.
You
I don't know
missed
how
it.
many,
You-
and it goes on for years
You're
and
at-
years and years.
I
In my
still
case,
have it.
it wasn't really a dream, it was what really happened, but I mean, that's unbelievable. It
It's
really
always
is.
the one where it's the you go into graduation and you can't graduate because you didn't pass that last
Or you're going to
course
take
and-
the final exam,
yeah,
and
and
you
you
haven't been to the course
study-
yet, so
right.
you don't know where to go. I mean,
It's called the nightmare.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare, right?
Nightmare?
Yeah.
I've
They won't
never
have
had
those
that?
till.
No.
Has anybody? Are you serious? Carl,
I
you had
have.
them, right?
I have.
Because Carl went to
Michael?
UMass, that's
Yeah,
why.
Carl- yeah, see?
But it's unbelievable. Boy, yeah, it lasts for years and years and years. You wake up and you really think you
I think
haven't.
the problem though is mainly the UMass guys that had them because
Yeah.
we spent most of our time not going to class.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm
Maybe
not
the problem.
remembering that we went to
Right,
class.
anyway.
That's interesting
Role
class.
model.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you'll get.
You'll have that
you'll
when you
get
get
it.
older.
Probably.
Mine was actually a course in college called differential equations.
You didn't take it? You didn't show up?
No, I took it, and I took it.
Oh, it was real? Okay. It wasn't a dream. It was a
recurring
it was
nightmare,
kind
yes.
of a
Yeah,
groundhog
during the
day.
day.
Kind of Groundhog Day
Right,
kind of thing.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
it.
that's I can't tell you.
You
how
couldn't
long
pass
many
without
years
it.
that lasted.
Well, thanks, Sarah. You've generated a great deal of discussion here about our dreams.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot.
I'll see you later.
Okay, we have a. Oh, Cindy, you can come in now. We have a couple of reports to be given tonight, and the first we're gonna go out of order a little bit here. We have our annual building maintenance report with Wayne Hardiker. We're gonna have Wayne come up. Although I'm a little bit disappointed, Wayne. You usually have some kind of toy to show us, or a. Oh, there you go. That'll be good. But last year, you remember you had that
Infrared.
that infrared thing that told us the temperature of the floor. That was cool.
And Jerry's forehead. which
And
was
Jerry's
pretty
forehead.
cool.
Hey, come on.
That was cool.
So Wayne.
Nice to be here. Thank you for the
Pleasure.
invitation. Everybody get the handout that.
Yep.
I'll quickly go over. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I do have one handout though.
Yep.
No change in manpower. 21 full-time, 15 custodians in 5 schools. As far as, I've been watching averages, but per square foot cost, cleaning costs, things like that. You know, there's certain things we need to be aware of, and the cost per square foot per custodian is always an issue. We are well within the parameters of 22 to 25,000 square feet per person per day for cleaning, which is very productive. So we're well within the parameters. We have 2 grounds workers, one of which unfortunately just lost his wife. Chet Spinney, his wife just passed away.
Right.
Very
Sorry.
tragic, but pretty sad. 2 van drivers and 2 maintenance employees. Ron Dyer's been with us almost 40 years now. He's one of my really trusted go-to maintenance person. The other one, his name is Louis Del Genio, who's very knowledgeable about many heating issues, maintenance issues. We had a major problem here, no one heard about it, at the middle school a week ago, Saturday, where the compressor died. Without the compressor, we can't heat the school. Louis came in, we put a temporary compressor in place. It ran for about 3 days until we got the parts for the repair, and we never skipped a beat. So he really knows his stuff.
So we did that whole thing internally?
Yeah.
Wow. That's great.
One of our custodians at the second shift at high school has been out for 3 or 4 months. He messed up his knee pretty bad during the course of the summer. He slipped in floor stripper. He should be back hopefully in, I'm going to say 3 or 4 weeks, hopefully. We do manage well when someone's out. We have a lot of musical chairs. We try to keep an eye on overtime, but we do have floaters we use. We try to do a stellar job always in our schools, and I think we do a good job. I wanted to add a note about part-time summer people we have. In each school, they try to put depending on our budget situation each year, but we've been pretty successful hiring 1 student or college student every summer for 1 student per school. 1 grounds helper and 3 painters. It's extremely productive, it's very cost effective, we get a lot of work done at a very, very cost effective rate. I wanted to make sure I made a point of that. Buildings and grounds issues. We continue with our 8% insurance premium savings because we participate in the Maya Rewards program. That involves air quality monitoring, roof inspections, freeze-up prevention, and facility self-inspection. I do all the inspections myself. And one issue that I want to pass around is I applied for a grant for roof inspections. And they approved $3,500, thank you, Kyle, which we will get reimbursed as soon as we pay for it. That's the inspection. If you look at it, you know, just peruse it, but there's a summary in the back about things we should be doing or could be doing. If you look at it as I do it, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. We did spend, the town granted us, you know, jump to the high school, middle school, roof repair money for the high school roof and the middle school roof. They're both 21 years old, and we've done some repairs to this roof, and the high school roof, major repairs to C-wing. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I know it's pretty me jumping around with it. Our school security systems were all up and running. Everything has been upgraded. We have a few glitches here and there. We couldn't pick up our security videos at the high school. I had a technician down to the high school this morning. We took care of it quickly. Our elementary middle school principal, assistant principal couldn't get his video up and running, so that was another little glitch. But it's a pretty effective, neat system. All schools are pretty much at the same level. We have fob security entrance devices, we have cameras, we have, I think there's like 60 or 70 cameras throughout. They cover all exteriors, interiors, all doorways. It seems to be a very effective system. We have really tightened it up as far as the security into the schools, and where there's generally one door when we do the morning lockdown until the school gets out. Generally, the front door is the only way to get in our schools, and it's with a buzzer or a fob. That's the only way to get in. I did ask our Public Works Department to give me a quote on paving repairs, and I got a private quote and a public quote. I guess the private quote could be more expensive because of their overhead, but I did ask and received a very favorable quote from our Public Works Department to do paving repairs at all our schools. Minor, major, curbing work at the high school down by the baseball field was all torn up. They put in curbing for us. A major patch out here at the middle school. Various spots and patches that need to be fixed and cut out, and they did. I just want to promote the use of our town departments, and they really did a fine job at a very cost-effective price, all done in-house. So. Little school, we put up 2 new adjustable, which they're adjustable from I think 8 to 10 feet, backboards over the course of the summer. Some minor roof repairs to A and B wings, and an exterior doorway to the kitchen, which is pretty well beat. We had it all taken apart and rebuilt. Came out well. At Hood School, we just finished a variable frequency drive installation, which for probably close to 10 years, we've been running 230 horsepower heating circulation pumps up there. And our electricity costs have really shot up. And we finally determined that the pumps were the issue. So I had a company come in and take a look. And they suggested we put in variable frequency drives on the pumps, on the pump motors, and we did. And they are similar to the drives at the bachelor school, which depends on the demand. The engines, the motors speed up and slow down, and I've watched them, and they really are quite impressive. They load up and they slow down, and they modulate depending on the load for the heating season. Hopefully, we're going to say hopefully 80,000 kilowatts a year. It might be a little ambitious because we just started running them recently at full speed.